Alone in the woods, the girl made her way to grandmother's house. She knocked. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
When Red walked to the bed, the grandmother was astonished. My dear, she exclaimed, what big arms you have. They're better to hug you with. My dear, what big eyes you have. They're better to see you with. My dear, what big teeth you have.
Now that was a pretty cool intro, especially with the animation. Now starting off the bat, I am a fan of that because they did a good job, whoever the artist was. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. I'm going to be getting into Ravenswatch this time, and it's another roguelike. Now this game was released back in September 26th of 2024. It was developed by Past Tech Games. Let me just go ahead and start this thing off right now. I'm just looking through the characters, but going back to the developer, they've made quite a few games. Curse of the Dead Gods, Master of Anima, Space Run Galaxy, and also Space Run. This game was published by Nacon, which is behind a lot of games like Hell Is Us, Dragonkin, The Banished, RoboCop, Rogue City, Unfinished Business, which is the most well-known games. Looking through the character selection, I'm first staring at Scarlet. Now the Pied Piper, Romeo is DLC, and I'm assuming the female would be Juliet. Now for the Pied Piper, I mean, he's kind of like the fairy tales. He controls the rats with its flute, and they're going to be doing his bidding. Now, if they're going to be attacking too, I don't know yet. But that would be cool, though, if they could. Now, I'm looking at BEOWULF. He's renowned for slaying the vile Grendel. Now, in all honesty, I might just go ahead and choose BEOWULF since I'm feeling like his playstyle would be something that I'm more interested in due to his versatility. There is one more character that I can choose from, which I'm also interested in, which is the Snow Queen. Now, there are also other characters here that are going to be remaining locked. I don't know how to unlock them yet. Once I do, I might just go ahead and do that, especially if I find out where the Monkey King is. I'm going to be honest, but that's kind of my goal at this point. Although I am curious about the other characters too. Either way, I'm picking BEOWULF, getting into it. Starting off. Now I can collect a talent, which I'm not really going to be doing yet. I'm getting a warden sign. I don't know what that's about, especially since I'm just starting off the game. Didn't really watch videos, so as usual, I'm doing this blind. Now I need to choose a talent. Explosive fire seems pretty strong. Shield charge. Defense makes BEOWULF dash forward and deal 100% damage. Now that's cool. So I'm picking that.
I have earned a warrior's rest.
Breaking that open. Gives me some currency. I don't know what that is yet. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to buy something like relics or whatever. Now, I'm not going to be showing the entire run, but I did learn a few things, like these healing wells right here. I was looking for them. It does two things. It both heals you and also increases your max health. You want to find as many of those as possible, especially when you're going to be fighting the boss. If you're not paying attention, there is a timer on the bottom right. Now the next thing that I found that was kind of interesting is that if you look on the map, there's an eye right there, which I'm actually running towards right now. I just need to take care of these enemies. The reason why I'm not showing the entire run is that I'm just starting the game. I'm not really good at things. I'm getting killed off multiple times. And I'm going to be honest, Ravenswatch is a little tough. I mean, it's a little slower than something like Hades and all that, but that does not take away from the difficulty of this game. Heading up the stairs. There's a few enemies waiting for me. Just need to take them out. And then I can show you what this eye thing does. Now his attacks are something that I'm liking right now. He has close range, long range, defensive tactics. BEOWULF is an all-round beast. But let me go ahead and unlock this. It's telling me where another eye is and also other good stuff that I might want to investigate. You only have a certain amount of time to do it, so it's kind of a race against the clock sort of thing. Now the next thing that I learned was to collect as much of that shard stuff as possible, because if you come back here from where you start off, there's this hourglass. I'm not really sure what the purpose of it is. I mean, maybe I could break it open or something, but this is more important. The Sandman Dream Dealer. I can actually buy some pretty good relics from this guy, and also, well, it would be talents in this game, and also dreams. That would be pretty unique. I'm going to be investigating that and what I can do with that stuff. I'm not sure right now, because sometimes when I collect enough shards, I'm not anywhere near this place, so that's an issue. Now I eventually run into the boss in the weirdest way. As you can see, the timer is in red right now. I'm just finishing off this enemy. I'm not blindsided yet. I was just trying to increase my health, which is a good thing that I did, because if you run across a map for too long and you don't have enough time to get to the boss, it'll just instantly teleport you here. Look at this damn thing. From the depths of hell. Tentacle Master Nightmare. It's not the most creative name, but it's still impressive. I mean, you don't want to get killed by this thing at all. Good thing that I played Hades and all that stuff like that, since I am kind of used to these tentacles, except that they do have different moves. They're not doing any spinning around. They're just trying to locate you and then slam down on you. The projectiles from this boss is something to be wary of. But the good thing about this game is that you have a lot of death defiances. Now in this game, I don't know the name of that thing yet, but that's what I'm going to be calling them for now. Either way, I'm still battling this monster. It has a blue life bar right now, but you're going to be seeing that change in a little bit, since I do end up fighting this boss a couple of times. Now I'm back into the mix of things. I just want to finish off this enemy right now. I'll get back to the last boss in a little bit, and also a more of a full run. That's going to be towards the end of the episode, but I want to show some things that I found on the map, like Grimoire right here.
The cursed tomb is spinning its ire.
It's kind of a mini gauntlet in that you have to defeat all these enemies within this time limit. If you don't, then you don't get the prize. Me personally, I was aiming for that thing, especially since I didn't know how good it was. I mean, it could be great. So that is my motivation for doing this right now. I still have 22 seconds on the clock. I'm finding BEOWULF's attacks to be pretty well balanced, especially when you're trying to take out a group like this. When you're doing that spin move, it does a lot of AoE damage. He also has a shield too. But I passed the Grimoire. I get to choose one of these talents. And I also apparently get another one. Now a little bit later, I ran into this icon on the map. And I was pretty curious as to what it was. So I was running towards it. And now I'm greeted with a whole bunch of enemies. This seems to be some sort of altar of some type. I need to get through all these enemies before I can actually unlock it. I don't have a lot of life, and I can show you right now, you get a few raven feathers and all that stuff like that, and you can't come back from it. I'm still calling it Death Defiance for now. It just feels a little bit more comfortable to me. I have to deal with spiders and roots. It's almost like I'm stuck in the middle of a Naruto episode.
Reverie shall be free.
Gotta collect some life. And that's another thing I want to talk about in this game, is that it's pretty forgiving. Especially when it comes to the difficulty level. I think they know it's hard. So they give you all these feathers that you can defy death with, as well as healing wells that increase your life and also heals you as well. You don't get any potions, but that more than makes up for it. Now I have to destroy the scarecrow. Have to be a little careful here, but that's what happens. You stand too close to it, it blows up, boom. And you don't really have a lot of life too. It's just a bad combination. This is giving me a vision. They don't really seem too bad. Now I'm going to be getting out of here since I go back onto another run, do my thing, get killed. Now this is going to be a totally different run, as with a lot of these clips that I'm showing. I die a lot. And this time, I meet up with a guy like this. Now, I don't know what's the deal with this guy, but I'm talking to him.
I need to build a stone fortress capable of withstanding the creatures of the night.
And it seems like I have to bring him back some stones. I collected one of them. Easy enough. It was close by. But then I have to go all around the place and try to find more, like I am right here. Just have to take out these groups of enemies. And then I got more of the stone. I have 6 at this point. Then I found this mine, which I was pretty curious about. It's all glowing and stuff. It's inviting me in. Now that I'm in here, I'm finding a rock that's sitting right there for me to grab. I was going to be leaving this place, but then it's a good thing I didn't, because there's a whole bunch more rocks sitting here waiting for me to pick up. I just need to take these guys out now. Let me just go ahead and do that. Use the power of Beowulf while trying to avoid that thing with a hook. You don't want to get grabbed by that thing. It'll just drag you in, then slap you. It'll take off a fair amount of life. Grabbing more of these life orbs just healed me up a little bit. Now I'm starting to use the shield a little bit better at this point. It kind of comes with multiple runs in this game, and I think that's the key to actually being successful in this game overall. You're gonna have to play this over and over again, learn how to play it, learn the skills that your character has, how you're gonna be avoiding mobs and all that stuff like that. Let me grab all these rocks now that I've defeated everything in here. I have to bring this back to that other guy now, which is named Alaric Swine. There's also another guy too, which is looking more like a pig, but either way. This guy builds his home, now we have to protect him. Which is a little hard too. They're bringing out like new enemies that are a whole lot stronger than the regular enemies that you would actually be facing off against, from what it seems like to me. Well, they're attacking the house now. My job is to defend it. I'm not going to be letting that happen. I actually picked up talent that allowed BEOWULF to spin a few more times, and that comes in helpful, especially when you're trying to clear out a group of enemies. Accidentally got caught up in the middle of that, got taken out. Good thing that I still have quite a few raven feathers left, so it's helping me stay alive, at least. They're really trying to be attacking the house right now. Lark's in there shaking. I'm trying to let this house go down. Good thing that there's a whole bunch of these life orbs just being dropped. That's helpful, especially when you're trying to stay alive.
I thought I'd see the day the trees would turn a...
The stone house stands. On behalf of the survivors of Hogston, I extend our gratitude.
That's what's up. Let me go ahead and pick one of these magical objects. That's going to be helping out with Dash, Blade Master, or Blazing Runes.
Come to me.
Going to be picking that one. Now I'm out of here. Made it to this point in the map a little bit later after a few more runs and stuff like that. There is something pretty interesting here. You're seeing that red thing on the map? It's this mine right here. I only have Dragon Fight available. The other one's locked for some reason. Let me get down here.
Show yourselves, you wretched wretches.
BEOWULF's ready for whatever's in here. And all of a sudden, he's cursed. We have to kill all the enemies to lift the curse. I didn't run into this before my initial runs, and I just found this interesting. You can win some good prizes after you take out all the enemies and have your curse lifted, so it's worth it. Especially now that you're stuck being cursed. I find that running around slowly sometimes avoids enemies, especially when this game isn't as fast moving as other roguelites. Dashing is kind of limited too, especially when you have to wait for it. Like if you see me dash, that arrow just disappears for a little bit and then it takes like 5 seconds or so before it comes back. You have to time it right sometimes or else you're going to get hit with a pretty critical attack. Got everything taken out. There's some in here. Turns out it's some sort of magical heart. It's giving me magical music notes, which I'm not sure what to do with. But I moved on and I got back to the Tentacle Master Nightmare after doing a few more runs, and I found that the secret to beating this boss is to take out the tentacles. Once you take out the last tentacle, this boss is left there defenseless and you're able to actually put in a whole bunch of work to take off a fair amount of his life bar. Now I went back to taking out the tentacles. I wasn't successful at it. I got taken out. Now the good thing about doing multiple runs is that you get more talents, as you can see with the ones marked with an exclamation mark. Now another good thing that comes from this would be an extra outfit. I'm still not sure how to actually use this extra outfit. Do I have to beat the game and then I'm allowed to use all these outfits? It doesn't make sense. Now, I earned a few more skills with other heroes too. The most important thing that I found was the quick guide. This gives you a whole bunch of information about the game. I think it's one of the rarest things that I've seen in a roguelike, because they usually just throw you in the thick of things and then they expect you to know somewhat of what you're doing. In this game, it's explaining every single thing to you. Now I'm back after doing multiple runs and I'm going to be taking out this tentacle monster. I'm showing the whole thing this time. Let me go ahead and pick the explosive fire, since I like what it does. After your enemy gets taken out, it explodes, and then the rest of the enemies, if they're close to it, they get damaged too. Now I'm just breaking that apart, and I'm facing off against these demon hog creatures. I mean, they're not really too bad, especially with BEOWULF's shield effect, shield maneuver. You can just place it there, block the attack, and then if you hold it for long enough, it does do a move where it actually stuns a group of enemies at the same time. I don't know, I think it's a pretty cool attack. Now I knock these guys down, waiting for them to explode one after another. That one didn't explode on cue, but after I attacked it one more time, it exploded. It wants to try to work with me. I don't know what's up to that. But I'm going down here.
Let us sharpen our blades.
Now these things are nasty as hell. They kind of look like little zombified babies in a way. I don't know. It's just disturbing. I mean, I don't know what else to call them. They kind of look like some sort of creature. They're a baby of something. Found the healing well. I want to get to it, but first I gotta take these guys out. Now that that's done, I can heal up.
At night the cats have eyes, warriors their courage.
Now this guy's kind of interesting.
I know a place we'll be safe from these monsters. I just need a bean I've got stashed at my house.
And it's Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk. I have to go ahead and get this magical bean. I want to see what happens. I'm running to exactly where this bean is. Well, hold on. What's this? Seems like weapons or something like that. I mean, are they alternative weapons for BEOWULF? I'm kind of comfortable with his sword and shield right now. With all the enemies in this game, I'm finding that the shield is the thing that I like the most. This turns out to be some sort of blood ritual. It's going to be kind of tough. You have 2 waves, you can't die at all. So I think that you're supposed to be a lot more powerful. Maybe it's more of an endgame activity. I read that this game really isn't all that long. I could be wrong. I mean, I looked on howlongtobeat.com or something like that. I'm not sure how accurate they are. I lost the blood ritual. I have to start all over again, but I don't want to really lose too many of these raven feathers. So I'm thinking about it right now. I'm just going to be giving this another shot. Those projectiles are hard to avoid too. I think that thing that makes it kind of tough is how little space you have to move around with all the enemies that are here. Especially with some of the ones that are hella big, like the tree monster, whatever you want to call it. I mean, he's huge. Basically like 25% of the stage itself. I have to keep attacking. It's almost down. This AoE attack is pretty deadly. Since you have to dash away pretty far, once you take this thing out, all of a sudden spiders appear out of nowhere. I don't know why. Maybe it was hiding in this trunk or something like that. This is going to be the second wave. Actually made it here. Now, the thing that's problematic in the second stage is these tentacles along with these new enemies. They shoot these cone-like projectiles. They float towards you, so they're not homing or something like that, but it is kind of hard to avoid. Gotta pick up that healing orb. It is basically the only one that was dropped by these enemies. So far, I'm finding this game pretty fun, even though I died hell. I mean, most of the games I'm enjoying now times is kind of like this. It's animated. I have gotten into roguelikes quite a bit, to the point where I'm playing a lot of them right now. I do want to get back into hack and slash sooner or later though. Problem is finding the right game. Especially with how things are right now. They're charging hella for hack and slash games. But I lost another one of these blood rituals. Now enough about the costs. I need to go and move on. Master Nightmare awakens pretty soon. 11 minutes and 53 seconds left on the clock. There is a body on the ground. There's a reason why it's there, and I want to find out why. So I have to take out these enemies. Try to be smooth about it. Don't want to use another one of these raven feathers, which is going to be more of a problem as time goes on. Like, you would think with all those raven feathers that it would be a little bit more of an easier experience, but it's not. Find yourself dying hell, and then you have to face off against this Master Nightmare thing that makes you die even more.
Reverie shall sleep calmly here tonight.
Let me investigate this body. I get to loot the body. Well, this is pretty dark. We just robbed a body. Got myself some more shards. Have to fight demons again. Just running through all these enemies right now. Not really trying to waste time. I found that if you sit there and fight every single one of these enemies, you're never going to be getting to where you need to get to on the map. Like, if you're seeing all these icons that you want to get to, kind of like the healing wells and everything else, then you're kind of going to have to run there. I finally got to the bean right now that I was aiming for. I didn't forget about Jack. Just had a few pit stops to make. Have to take out another group of enemies, which I'm going to be doing right now. I picked up that talent that actually allows me to set enemies on fire. I think that's the one I'm really looking for while I'm playing. Like, whenever I see it, I'm going to be getting it. Let me get this bean. Need to make a jack, which luckily isn't too far away. But I want to get to that healing well. Is it around here? It seemed like it was close by. Sometimes it's an illusion. You have to actually run all the way around, fight way more enemies, and then get to that healing well. So I'm going to try to do that, even though I only have 33 life points on me right now. I'm risking it. This spin attack. That projectile attack I did is also pretty good for mobs of enemies too. Especially if you line it up correctly. Like, if they're all in a particular sort of way where you would maximize that move, kind of like they're in a line, kind of like that, then it works out because you damage more than one enemy, which is what I'm aiming for. That spin attack just blew a whole bunch of those enemies up. Look at that. It's almost like I'm in the extermination business, just taking out spiders left and right.
Will this night
Just increase my life again. 8 minutes left on the clock. Want to make back to Jack. Not wasting my time. You know, there were a few runs where I would actually stop and fight, and then I would never make it back to Jack.
I grow sharper, sharper than my blade.
All right, here he is.
Gore, blimey, that's the one. Let's plant it. Don't worry, this is all perfectly normal.
There's the beanstalk. I'm climbing it.
There wasn't supposed to be anyone here. Help!
Seems like Jack's in trouble.
I'm sorry about the last time. I was just a kid.
Where'd this ogre come from?
Help me! I don't know how long I'll be able to hang on.
It doesn't really make sense. It's some sort of a sky castle. And then there's an ogre living here too. Like, how did he get here? Did he use his incredible leg muscles to just jump up here like the Hulk? Who knows his history? I need to attack it. Stomping on the ground, doing all sorts of AoE damage. It's almost like it's a specialist at it. Now, I did fight the ogre a couple of times. This is the first time I got it dizzy. And I haven't been able to save Jack yet. I don't know how to do it. Like, you have to take out the ogre hella fast. Which means you have to be stronger than you are at base level. I'm thinking. Because every single time, no matter how hard I fight, Jack just dies. This is a problem. Every time he eats you and stuff like that, he heals. That wasted another raven feather. Back to being fire-wielding swordsman. Oh, crap. Got 8 again? Now this thing's almost at full life. That's another problem with it. You have to take out the ogre before a certain amount of time. And you can't do that if this thing is constantly healing back to almost full life. Which is what's happening to me right now. Maybe I'll find a way to do it in the future. Since I am doing a lot more roguelites right now, I don't think it's common to return to a game. Especially since that's how it's supposed to be played in the first place. I got dizzy again. This is giving me a chance to take off hell life. I'm almost thinking I got a chance this time to save Jack. Well, never mind. I can't even save him. He just fell off. I was just standing right there too. That mistake actually allowed that ogre to eat Beowulf one more time, which I didn't want to happen. So now I have to beat this thing down due to frustration and sadness for the death of Jack. Who knows what was waiting up here for Beowulf? I ain't gonna be able to find that out right now. Thanks to this thing. That's why it needs to die, you know what I mean? Like, why is it getting on my nerves? Like, it's trying to reach for me? I'll give you something to reach for. Hit him with a fire blade. Gonna die a horrible death soon. Even more horrible than usual. Now, it healed again. Doesn't matter. I have raven feathers. What can I do about that? Nothing much. Except for killing me again, which is a possibility. This could be it for the ogre. This would be about the second time I beat it down. And that's it. Looking around here. I'm sure I'm not going to be finding anything. I need Jack for that. Jack is at the bottom of the beanstalk now. Let's just head down. I'm not really trying to see this, but it has to be done since I don't want to stay on top of it. Rest in peace, Jack.
The battle is not over yet.
He was a pretty good guy for the short time that we knew him. I'm going to be headed this way right now. Running past all these enemies. I have 2 minutes and 34 seconds left. It's not like I have a lot of time. I want to get more of these healing wells, but there seems to be enemies following me. So I gotta take them out. Like a bad habit.
We've earned our sleep tonight.
That's it. Got that health. The music in this game matches the whole theme of everything. I'm liking it. Doesn't sound boring. Now, it would sound boring if it was more quiet or something like that. Like there was no music. That would suck. It was a good job on devs for actually including the music here. Some games don't have that. You're just stuck playing in silence. Then you start getting bored. Not fighting all that. It's gonna take way too much time. Master Nightmare thing's almost up. Try to conserve waving feathers. This is how I'm doing it. Seeing this demon creature now. There's only a minute left. Now I'm just gonna stand here. Because that's what I'm gonna do. Hold on. These things followed me?
I have earned a warrior's rest.
Got my healing orb. Just gonna continue waiting here for a little bit. And it's time. The Master Nightmare awaken and gain its evil powers. Alright, fighting this tentacle master again. The good thing is that it doesn't have 2 life bars, which is also going back to what I'm saying about how this game is a little bit more forgiving than other roguelites. If you continuously face this boss over and over again, you get to this point. Let me get one of these talents. Scorched Earth. Sounds good to me. Especially when I'm trying to take out this demon master nightmare thing. Just avoid that tentacle attack. I'm going to be focusing on 1 tentacle at a time. Now this AoE circle thing is not really too hard to avoid. Like it goes from the outside circle and then it goes all the way in. So if you remember that, you stand like right inside a little bit, then you go outside, but don't do what I did and get hit there. My foot was on one of those AoE circles. It works out like that sometimes. I could have got hurt a lot more, but I took out every single one of those tentacles, which is allowing me to get my hits in there. Trying to go for some combos. Finish my 3-hit attack, going to the spin move. It extends that combo. You know, I could extend that even more if I could, but it doesn't really seem like I could do that. Back to the tentacles. Took out one more. Sending a long-range attack, getting in there, blocking that slam attack that the tentacle did. I was trying to anticipate another attack, it didn't happen there. ended up taking it down the whole way, which is just to viciously attack him until it dies. Avoiding those AoE circle attacks again. Got myself a healing orb this time. Now, other than everything that I've mentioned already, this boss doesn't really have many more attacks going for it. I mean, there's an attack like that where you have to stay out of the AoE circles, which really isn't too hard. There is a spot in the corner where you can't stand, like you're seeing me do all the time when I'm fighting these tentacles. There it is again, just moving around. No more tentacles to protect this thing. Master Nightmare thing's gonna die. After maybe one more of these, bringing out more tentacles. So many tentacles, you start to think it's the hentai. No, I'm playing. Just attack that thing. Got myself healing orb. Lightning strikes of hell. You can tell they're evil because they're red. No, I'm playing. Just got hit by a couple of those things, but I'm alright though. Still got some life on me. Plenty of raven feathers. Gotta avoid this though. See, standing in the corner, and then I got hit right there. You know what? Sometimes things happen like that, and you can't anticipate. Just gonna get back into things. Take this tentacle out. Man, no, I'm playing. One more tentacle, I think, and then I'm going to be free to attack the boss. Spin attack, did it in. This tentacle master nightmare is going to get got. After one more, I think I'm just going to continue this attack until it dies. I'm not even going to care about the tentacles anymore. I'm way too close. Just backing up a little bit. A little shield attack. This thing's going to go for an inner AoE attack, which I was trying to avoid, and I think I successfully avoided most of it. This is it. Last combo. I took it down. It's over. That'll be it. End of the first chapter. I'm going to be moving on to the second chapter in the next episode. And I may just go back to the first chapter just so I could get the Monkey King. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing right now. But if you enjoyed the episode and you found it fun or whatever, then you can leave the episode and the channel a like, subscribe, and slap that notification bell if you want to know when the newest videos are coming out. I want to thank you and everyone that subscribed to the channel. Until next time, hope you have a good one. Peace out.